I kind of went through a thing. So in the beginning, I had to defend Christ to Muslims, right, to Islam. And so that was a big part of the beginning of my Christianity. The first 3 years, maybe a little longer, 4 years, it was very consistent, debating, meeting up, debating, and seeing very miraculous things happen at the debates, like really bizarre things, but in a good way. And then I was, doing music, doing Christian music, and I released a couple albums, and I was performing at churches constantly, definitely once a week, sometimes multiple times a week, and leading community groups and constantly teaching Christ. And then as I started seeing what some people would call the greater faith, right? The triumphant gospel, I didn't know what to do. So I was so conflicted internally. And because like I said, I started becoming kind of afraid, feeling this fear at churches, because I couldn't be free. I couldn't just say, just open up and just say what I'm feeling and kind of like stream of consciousness and just flowing with the Spirit and saying things. I was starting to check myself and correct myself and make sure I didn't go too far, because I didn't want to argue with people. I definitely didn't want to come to somebody else's church, get a chance to be on stage and be like, your pastor's wrong, I have the truth, didn't want none of that. And I met with my wife, and I told her, I can't do this. I have to say what I truly believe. And I know when I do, I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. I'm going to be a heretic. And any church speaking engagements, any teaching engagements, any youth groups, it's going to be gone. That's going to be done with. Any iota of me imagining a career doing Christian hip hop music, it's going to be gone. But I can't do it another way. And thank God she agreed with me. We were in agreement about that. And then I just started making videos. I started making videos about the triumphant gospel, that Jesus is actually greater than we have been giving him credit for. And at first I started doing it very, how would I say it, very unobtrusively, Didn't want to really say it, but I'm saying it, kind of around the thing. I wasn't so direct and bold as I am today about it. And exactly what I thought would happen happened. I just started getting the calls and the texts and the emails, people just being like, you've gone astray, you believe the devil, the devil's deceived you, which is hilarious, right? Because, and I've said this with my friends and pastors that I've spoken in person and said, let's think about this. The devil told me Jesus is greater than he actually is. He is mightier. His work on the cross is greater, and it's going to affect all of humanity, actually the whole universe, right? Not just humanity. It doesn't just affect humans, it affects all of creation. So the devil wants me to believe more in Jesus. Or did perhaps the devil make us believe less in Jesus, right? Which is it? And so then the second part of my Christian walk was spent in debating Christians about who Christ is. So the first half was debating Muslims on the supremacy of Christ. The second half was debating Christians on the supremacy of Christ. And I got to a point where I don't think that's my calling. I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight. I don't want to force you to believe something. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's not my role, and I don't feel like God is calling me to sit there and debate with you and show you how you're wrong. I feel like what God has called me to do is just proclaim it. This is who God is. God is love. His love will never fail. His perfect love casts out all fear, and his perfect love will conquer all. And just proclaim it and proclaim it and proclaim it, and then let happen what may. And so that might be the reason that I haven't then gone back to my Muslim friends, you know what I mean? But all the ones that know me know what I believe, because I'm very outspoken about it.